go. And there we go. Alright, where we left off. Master's records go on to state that the inner surface of the goblet is inscribed with a message in the glyphs of ancient Mac. It reads, oh yes, here it is. The power of destruction did rend the baleful star, and peace doth reign near and afar. Yet 23 centuries hence shall come anew, and certain doom is sure to ensue. A prophecy of sorts, it would seem. It has been roughly 2,300 years since Chateau founded black magic, which means it is entirely possible she herself left the inscription. But whatsoever sort of doom could the prophecy be referring to? I fear it is all rather cryptic. Alright, and Oniyori is real? I would speak with you both at once. Well, I would like nothing more than to catch up on old times. I come bearing grave tidings. My friends, pray lend me your aid. Well, if it isn't our favorite gobu-headed here. I would have thought the seventh hell would freeze over before you cast your lot with purveyors of destruction. What have we done to deserve the honor of your groveling? This is no time for jest, Lla. The situation is most dire. Why, a veritable horde of crazed golems has burst forth from the lost city, and is wreaking havoc on the Tollswood, even as we speak. Whatever foul sorcery led them to abandon their orders and run rampant, we cannot say. But one thing is certain. If we do not deal with them, and do so swiftly, there's no telling what damage they might inflict upon our forest home. That does sound like a cause for concern. Very well. I suppose it would not kill us to put the matter of Shitoto aside for the moment, and... Wait. No. Not now. I say, how can the girl think straight with this Godsley's fool's cat weighing her down? Or perhaps she can't, and that is why. But of course, it makes all sense. Perfect sense. Ah, hello there. Did you miss me? And my prodigious intellect? Of course you did. Now, look, we haven't much time, so do try to keep pace. A surge of aether. Just two, or what, are you? Yes, yes. I'm sure there's so much you'd like to know. But where would that get us? I've already heard all I need to know. Through the girl's ears. We are needed in the South Trial. Yes? Rampaging golems, was it? Indeed. I've tasked a whaler named Elphine with looking into the matter. With any luck, he has gleaned some knowledge which might avail us in plotting a suitable course of action. Elphine Satra, yes. I believe the great Shatoto has all she needs. Come now. No point in standing around like gulping goobloos when there's work to be done, right? Right? Shatoto. Onieri, I am most grateful for your aid. Do not get me wrong, but if there's anything that you and Lla have been keeping from me, mark my words, I will hear of it in full when our task is done. I bet you would. I love this. I am going to make a personal effort to stream all of these because I love them. They're just hilarious. Anyway, we are off to the South Shroud. And so... There we go. Ah, Kamchanko. It's the lost city of Amdapur. If they said lost city. That's where the entrance is to the lost city. Anyway, as King, he's such a good boy. Anyway, yeah, sit down. Right there. Alfie? Welcome, friends. You come seeking news of the golems, yes? Would that I had any to give. I fear not a single one of the creatures has manifested itself before mine eyes. So you say, my good man, but it is possible that you do not see the trees for the forest. Sometimes that which we seek is right before us, and all we need, and we need only attune our vision. Why, isn't that just me? Or do I spy a number of curious stone structures peeking out from the brush? Yes, of an inkling that our foe may be hiding in plain sight. Just how does... just how is one to distinguish living stone from the more ordinary type? Why, I do believe the former would take far less kindly to being scorched with a blast of hell's fire. So, the plan is clear. Yes, let's get blasting. So, it's a blast. Let's get blasted. I I love this quest. Oh, yes, yes. I'm about to have a little accident. These quests are awesome. Alright, so, the trouble with these golems is that they're always hard to line up at first, and I don't know how many are going to appear, but I'm glad to have King here. One of three, and so the trick is Hell's Fire, so it's fire 3 at all targets. That's two. I know for the next suspicious one is over here. And triple cast is down. It's got a few seconds on it. Yeah, whatever. It is whatever. Anyway, got that. And yeah, report to Shatoto. Shatoto. Golem's gone wild. That was fun, wasn't it? Now, while I'm not want to repeat myself, it seems I should make an exception for the slower members of our band. You have the privilege of standing before the Archmage Shatoto, or rather, a memory of the same, which has awakened after years of slumber to rescue your realm from a fate most dire. Slower. Ahem. Lady Shatoto, if that is truly who you are, cannot deny your arcane prowess, and yet there is much about this matter that does not sit well with me. Pray, explain yourself. What is this dire fate of which you speak? Oh dear, you really aren't very smart. Very well. I should begin from the very beginning. Dear me, did I almost rhyme? Who does that anyway? Anyhow, the tale begins 2 millennia ago, when the great civilization of Mac was still in its infancy. Our scholars ascertained that a mighty comet, awash with unspeakable ethereal energy, was on a course to strike our fair home and reduce it to so much rubble. And so, I thought to rectify the situation the only way I knew how, by blasting the foul rock out of the sky with the most powerful, destructive magic our realm has had ever known. This, more than anything, was what spurred me to developing the art of black magic, as it is known today. Needless to say, my plan was a remarkable success. A massive chunk of the comet was shattered, knocking it clear off its path and sending it spinning harmlessly off into the heavens. The story, however, does not end there. Fragments of the meteor hurled to and embedded themselves in the earth. While small enough that their impact caused no significant damage, they remained beneath the surface, brimming with etheric energies, just waiting to be unearthed. Needless to say, these otherworldly stones drew the attention of mages far and wide, who sought to claim their powers for their own. These are the stones that gave the golems their souls, by whose powers many a city-state flourished. And yet, Nissan said yet for their sakes, when two of them were brought together, they would call out to one another, aether reacting to aether, to augment their mutual powers to still greater heights. Mind you, the power of mere fragments, even in a heightened state, would be far too meager to cause for concern. One threat, however, still lingered. What if the comet, Mother Stone as it were to return? Its circuitous orbit, bringing it in shouting distance of our world once more. Would not its remnants, its children, summon it hither in almost destructive glory? Preposterousness. Did your vaunted black magic not knock the comet clear across the skies? Well, it is simply... Wait, it is simply inconceivable that its new path would be bring it back around in our direction. Inconceivable to feebler minds, mayhap, but not my own. In fact, I posit that the comet is drawing nearer every moment, and it is for this very reason that the goblins are now running amok. If left unattended, the implications for this world would be calamitous indeed. Fortunately, you have an ally in the impending battle, a prodigy who saw the danger that was to come, and sent her memory into the future that she might return to save the day. Do you mean that you predicted this threat would come over 2,000 years ago, mind you, and devised an incantation for the sole purpose of allowing you to return to us in our time of need? I do believe I've already said precisely that. Of course, I did not do it entirely on my own. The spell would have been lost to history if crazy old Kukurka hadn't dug it up. And when he did, he recorded it for posterity. Dear little Lla and Oniyuri played their parts well. Oh, how wonderful it is when one's followers, against their natural tendencies, perhaps, manage not to make an utter mess of things. I must admit, the whole story still strikes me as a bit far-fetched. I mistrust neither your motives nor your skill, Lady Shatota, but as a hearer charged with the protection of this wood, I cannot leave this matter to you alone. I will accompany you and offer what aid I can, but first, let's return to Old or hear more of the plan you propose before we take action. Must you? Very well. Just promise you will not get in our way. Now, come along, my puppets. I have a realm to save, and you're gonna help me. Shatota is so great. These are wonderful. Shatota! The hero assures me that there have been no golem uprisings elsewhere, and since he is clearly too thick to tell a convincing lie, I'm inclined to believe him. This means that we still have time to form a plan of attack. Ahem. I do pride myself on my honesty, and so I will be honest with you when I say this. Your art is, to put it kindly, not looked fondly upon in our day and age. Your story stretches the limits of believability. We cannot stave off this calamity alone, but any entreaties you might make are not like to find a receptive audience. I, on the other hand, have friends in positions of some prominence. I shall reach out to them and see what aid they are willing to offer. How charming! He actually thinks he might prove himself as useful. In your spare time, might you not ask your astrologian friends if they have any recent calculations on the comet's path? I have no reason to doubt the accuracy of my own, of course, but I was working off 2 millennia old data. As you wish. Forgive me for being forward, but might I inquire as to the well-being of our mutual friend Lla? She is still in there, somewhere. Yes? Oh, she most certainly is. Worry not. The girl's consciousness is just enjoying a short respite, which reminds me, I really am due for a nap myself. Be a dear, and do not try to let things go to the hells in my absence, will you? Shatota, the mother of the ark that brought the great floods upon us, has she truly returned to deliver us from doom? The progenitor of her esteemed art has chosen me as her vessel in hopes of saving the world from a falling star. I can scarce imagine a greater honor. Come, Oniyuri, we must put our heads together and figure out how we might best do her bidding. Wait, Lla, if we take her words at face value, Shatota has only the realm's best interests at heart. And yet, I, for one, remain skeptical. Which is not to say I doubt her intentions, or yours, for that matter. And yet, we speak of the founder of the very art which gave rise to the War of the Magi and the 600 calamity. Could it not be that even in seeking to save our realm, she is not like as not to destroy it? Blasphemy! Why would Lady Shatota had long since passed when the war broke out? Only a blind, blustering half-wit would even think to hold her responsible for... No, I'll put it that way. I understand this. That's why I begrudge neither you nor her my aid, such as it will serve to protect the realm's peace. At the same time, I intend to keep a close watch on her. One can never be too wary, after all. In any event, I will gather what knowledge I can of the threat we face, and I will be most grateful if you could do the same. I suggest speaking with your Beastman allies, if the idea has not already occurred to you, that is. That man's head is made of harder stone than any golem. Still, at least he is cooperating with us, which is progress of some sort. In any event, I will reach out to our beastmen and friends. I encourage you to return to your studies in the meantime. If one thing is clear, it is that the task ahead will test us to our very limits. There it is. Despair. Founds will be available. Hopefully. Oh wait, no, it doesn't come to the end. Ah, Oniyuri. I trust you have not been shirking your studies. Mr. Shototo expects much of us, and it would not disappoint her. For my own part, I called out to her intently, time and again, within my mind, in hopes of conveying any and all knowledge that might avail in staving off this impending disaster. But she does not respond. I have this distinct sensation that she is listening, in one way or another. Doubtless she will return when she sees fit, but in the meantime, we can ill afford to bide our time, and so I've taken Azyz Lla's advice. I can just see the smug grin on his face as I say that. Reached out to our friends. Months ago, when Post-Mogul came by with a missive from our friend Azyz Lla of the 269th Order. As luck would have it, it seems he has knowledge that might serve us well. To wit, reports of recent sightings of rampaging golems. I would ask you to go on ahead and see what he knows. I will call out for that holier-than-thou hearer and join you shortly. Not that I'm enamored of his company, far from it, but his insights have proven to not be altogether useless on occasion. That is a... Don't get me wrong! Don't misunderstand me. I'm not doing this because I like him. That's the translation of what's going on. Anyway. Yeah, Revenant's toll. That's easy enough jump. When golems get tough. And I'm like 20 levels above the golem. 10 levels above it. This should be a cakewalk. So, let's speak with her. Kolvov, friend. Should be right there. And Yuri, it has been eons, hours, ages, eons. I've heard that the spirit of the legendary Shatota comes to live inside Lla. But could this wondrous tale be true? It is indeed. Friend Azyz. She is a capricious type. No, he wakes only when she has a mind to. The fact that I have explained some 700 times to this mutton-headed hearer, who still insists, beyond reason, that I should be able to summon her at will. You do me discredit, Lilac. I merely suggested that if there were some means by which we could summon Shatota at her convenience, rather than waiting for her to come forth of her own accord, it might serve us in facing the dangers ahead. Summon her? You speak of the illustrious founder of my art, as if she were a mere servant girl. You will watch your tongue in the presence of your betters, Lla. Lest... I meant no disrespect. Do not deny the power of your art, nor the good it can do in the right hands. I am simply... too stubborn and stupid to fully accept it. Yeah, well, I suppose none of us are perfect, myself excluded. Of course, 269th Order Mendicant. Daza, I presume. Tell me, have you seen or heard about this rampaging golem? Are my eyes to be believed? Trusted? Sworn by? Believed? Is this truly the great Chateau who stands before my eyes? Yes, yes, it must be. I mean, but of course, my lady. Yes, yes. Dazan will tell all he knows. I saw a strange golem, odd, curious, strange, wandering in the triangle. And that is not all. It was no ordinary golem. No, no, but rather the same one I saw in a tomb handed down from my forebearer, Dagu, a golem of ancient Mach. Ooh, one of my own creations. Why, that is simply inconceivable. I designed them to be utterly rampage-proof, and left copious instructions to ensure that my loyal apprentices and their apprentices, and so on and so forth, would see they stay that way. Maybe your followers were not so diligent in carrying out your orders after your passing. We all know the chaos and destruction wreaked by Maki sorcerers during the War of the Magi. I suspect that poring over age-old documents on the upkeep of golems was the least of their concerns. Forgive me my doubts, Lady Shatota, but you seem quite partial to your creations, and your countrymen. If we were to find ourselves locked in combat with a golem of Mac, do I have your assistance assurance you would not hesitate to strike down our foe? You do not trust me. Trust us. This I know. I'm not deaf to Lionel's ceaseless grumblings. So be it. You cannot help being a simpleton. No more than I can help being the greatest intellect of my era. That old Kukurka, told me what became of Mackie after my passing when he communed with me a century ago. Do you think I deny the senseless destruction caused by my descendants with the art I myself wrought, no less? Of course not. For I, unlike some of my present companions, am not a bloody fool. But even a fool must understand that a tool is only as good or evil as she who wields it. So answer me this. What could I possibly stand to gain from standing idly by as my own conscious creations wreak havoc on the realm I once called home? I will grant you there is some sense in what you say. In any event, we thank you for your assistance. Dazza, rest assured that we shall see to the road golems before any harm befalls you and yours. To the tangle? Does that overdweller never lighten up? It must be so tiring, living each day, carrying around a brain of solid stone, burdensome, wearisome, tiring. Damn. Even the gold balls were ragging on him. Ah, you can say that again. Nice synonym, abusing friend. Anieri? You know the man better than I. And for that, I pity you. Is there nothing we can do to buy ourselves a moment's respite from his inane quibbling? Whatever do you suppose is bothering his puny mind? Yes, I have observed this as well. Smaller minds are quick to burden themselves with hand-wringing concern for the well-being of others, as if it were not evident that the girl is more capable of taking care of herself. In either event, if he insists on tagging along with us, I suppose it would not hurt to win him over. If only so, he does not foul things up at the worst possible time. Anyhow, I do believe we have some golems to smite into oblivion. The tangle, was it? I'll see you there, and do not try to get lost on the way. Hmm. These things were far more dry and agreeable in my day. Well, suppose much can change in 2 millennia, especially without me around to keep things in order. But this is no time to get caught up in nostalgia. We've golems to smash and search for, not necessarily in that order. I suppose, yes, I can sense particularly strong etheric energies coming from that direction. I will accompany Toto to ensure she remains focused on the task at hand. Might you survey the areas south of here? These environs afford our foe no end of hiding spots, and I'm ill inclined to walk into an ambush. Ah, Feed King. There we go. He's handy to have around. Now then... Destination marker. You look forward away, looking at the sign, no signs of golems, rampaging or otherwise. Return to the southwestern reaches of the Tangle and see how Chateau and Azyz Lla fare in their search. Aha! There it is. Ready, King? That went fast. I love having to spare. Despair is nice. I want foul though. But I gotta wait. Ah, if only this body were my own, I would have raised that oversized block of stone to the ground. I suppose I should thank you for coming to my aid. If I lost consciousness in the midst of battle, I would certainly have been done for. And poor Lla with me. Virtue and model mage. Why do you believe those are the most intelligent words I've heard you utter yet? Keep talking like that, I might learn to tolerate your presence. But if you think that means I'm going to give you your precious light eye back, you'd best think again. We still have a falling star to fend off, do we not? My precious Violet? I have not the slightest idea what you might be implying. You wouldn't, would you? Was it not your grand dream? To see the white and black, the arts of healing and destruction, united for the common good? So says Lla, at the very least. Is there go not an invaluable piece to the future you would realize? This is well and true, but invaluable and precious have different connotations. May have not in your time, but the meanings of the words evolve over time, you see, and what am I saying? Is, yes, of course, Lala is a friend and ally, but the same could be said of Oniyuri here, and which is not to say I do not want to see her again, of course, only that. Oh, never mind. At any rate, I do believe we've done all we can here. Lady Shatota, please forgive me for having doubted you. Henceforth, I promise I will aid you in whatever way I can. And with that, I do believe I must be off, somewhere. It's gonna go meditate. He's meditating. One last thing, if I may. Lady Shatota, while you were awake and speaking with us, what becomes of Lila's consciousness? That is to say, is she still in there, listening? Not a curious question. She is slumbering in the recesses of her mind, much as I am when she is awake. But to answer your question, no, she is not listening, though we do have rather stimulating conversations from time to time. If you'd like, I can share the details. No, no, I mean, never mind. I really must be getting off to, right, that place I was going. Are all in this men's, are all men in this era so odd? At any rate, I feel my consciousness beginning to wane. Lorelei will be waking from slumber ere long, and I would return to Ulda before she does. I suggest you do the same. Your friend has much she wishes to discuss. And this is where we will call it a night. Once this is complete. And tomorrow is Thursday. And we will be having our big wrap of ideas. Because we'll be getting Val, and this will be the last job quest for string, I should say, job quest line for Black Mage, which is kind of a shame. I kind of like Lala, and but things are kind of wrapped up, so it wouldn't make sense to call us back for any more. Welcome back, Oniyuri. As you might have surmised, it is I, Lala. Mistress Shatoto returned, and her repose not moments ago. Before drifting off to slumber, she imparted to me some details regarding what she sees as the next phase of her task. To wit, she would have us venture further afield to investigate any girl menaces that might be staring out of eyeshot. Speaking of menaces, whatever became of that stone-headed hero? I suppose it is too much to hope that Mr. Shototo finally sets his rose alight. He seems to have feelings for you. I will assume I misheard you. Only on the off chance I did not, pray inform the man that he had best not act on these feelings in my presence. Lest I feel like scorching his precious flowing locks from his scalp. There's an anime line right there. Lest I feel like scorching his precious flowing locks from his scalp. Does that qualifies as violence as a punchline? Uh, yes, this is the best storyline for the job. Anyway, anyhow, I trust you will keep me informed. If our here friend exhibits any more impertinent behavior, I will think of suitable retribution. I dare say putting him to sleep and hiding his glasses would send a clear message. It'd be rather amusing, no less. Already contemplating pranks. In any event, I should return to my research, as should you. Shatoto would doubtlessly call upon us before long, and our powers must be primed for the occasion. Let's see, what's the next one? Unnatural selection. Oh, we're almost done. Alright, so... Actually, we're about half an hour of this, but I'm not going to spoil it. These are great. I love these. Anyway. Yeah, good night. And I'll see you on the next one. And there will be a next one, because we've re-unlocked the job quest line for Stormblood. And, well, can't, well, obviously, skip any of these, since the previous ones tended to get, cut off with, technology issues. So, let's see here. Oh, take care and see you next time.